There's no question that the greatest threat to the planet and to all humanity in this century is climate change. In fact, I would argue it's the greatest threat we have ever faced. And you can see it happening already. You can see the retreat of the glaciers, the increased severity of storms like Hurricane Katrina in the US, and the increased incidence of drought in places like Africa and Australia. All of those are early indications that climate change is upon us. And the world's leading scientists tell us that it will get much worse unless we act very quickly to meet this challenge. So where do you come in? Climate change is now an issue that no responsible business can afford to ignore. And one obvious place to start is looking at business travel. So before the next business trip, look at whether the stress of that trip, the cost of that trip, its impact on the environment are all really worth it. Or are there good alternatives? Can you meet your objectives? Can you have that meeting by phone or by web conferencing? Because if you do that, you can reduce the stress, you can reduce the cost, and you can be part of fighting climate change. To help get this message across to your employees, Arcadin Conferencing has created Climate Care Day. Simply put, Climate Care Day is a day in which nobody travels for business, and instead every employee is encouraged to look at conference calls and web conferencing as an alternative for holding the meetings they need to have. In addition, Arcadin Conferencing will contribute all the revenues from Climate Care Day to WWF and thereby support our work to fight climate change around the world. Climate Care Day is an easy proposition. It saves money, it reduces the stress of travel on people's lives, and it gives them an opportunity to be part of saving the planet. And most importantly, in a way, it's not just about the emissions that can be saved on that day. It's about helping people think differently about business travel, so that the next time they're asked to get on a plane, they say, do I need to do this? Or can I instead make a phone call or set up a web conference that allows me to accomplish my business more easily without the burden on the environment or on our budget of getting on that plane? For nearly half a century, WWF has been working with partners around the world to find ways to help people live in harmony with nature. And that means we work with local communities in places like the Amazon and the Himalayas to conserve those extraordinary resources. And it means we work with business and government to find solutions to the world's most pressing problems. In particular, in this time, we work with business to find solutions to climate change. And in the end, that's what Climate Care Day and our partnership with Arcadin is all about. You can make a difference. Involve your business in Climate Care Day. Visit climatecareday.com to find out how.